Hey everyone, this is Marc Almodovar here, ADHD life coach. And one of the things that a lot of people with ADHD struggle with, and one of the things I'm frequently asked about as a coach, is how do I maintain friendships and how do I maintain relationships when I have this type of brain? Now, Dr. Russell Barkley, I don't have any sources with me right now, but I believe he conducted a study. I believe it was him. And I know for sure that there are studies that have been out there that would suggest that individuals with ADHD tend to struggle with keeping relationships, keeping friendships, tend to have higher divorce rates, and this is when unmanaged, by the way, and untreated, have really high divorce rates and struggle with keeping these valued friendships. And one of the things about ADHD people is that we tend to not realize these small little issues are generally precursors to large issues. So an example, something like keeping a friendship, it can lead to things like social isolation long term, which is incredibly dangerous. It's something that can lead to depression and severe mental health issues long term. So we kind of look at that and go, okay, so how can I keep my friendships? I've certainly lost many friends throughout the years due to things like impulsivity, due to things like not reaching out and whatnot. So right off the bat, like the first thing that we need to do is, before we even get to any of the ADHD hacks or any of the ADHD tips, we need to recognize that this is a struggle for our brains, okay? I'm gonna walk this way because there's a lawnmower going on over there. It's gonna get loud. Our brains are naturally deficient in norepinephrine and dopamine. These are two neurotransmitters that play a large role in things like executive functioning and all these type of things that most adults don't struggle with half as much as an ADHD individual. So while I'm not saying to use ADHD as an excuse, never ever, I am saying that it is a little bit more of an obstacle for us than it is for neurotypical brains. So right off the bat, look at that and be kind to yourself, okay? It's not easy maintaining a friendship. It's not something that comes naturally for us. And we need to recognize that that's also not the entire picture with us. There are many strengths with us as well. We are not defined by this one weakness of ours, okay? That's it right off the bat. So moving on to ways to maintain the friendship. So like I said, so individuals with ADHD, we struggle with executive functioning, right? So Dr. Russell Barkley describes it phenomenally. He says, for us, it's not about knowing what to do. It's about knowing how to implement it. Let that sink in, okay? So in the case of friendships, well, in the case of anything really, us ADHD people benefit a great deal from reminders, from visual reminders, things like sticky notes, things like alarms, those type of things. So one of the things that you can look into, first of all, ask yourself, even as you're watching this video, am I checking in on my friends? Have I reached out to my loved ones lately? So what you can do is something like, if you're watching this video, the chances are highly likely that you are on social media of some sort, that you're on Instagram, that you're on Facebook. One of the things you can use as a visual reminder is on Facebook or on Instagram. Is there a friend posting today that you might not have reached out to in a while? And super big here, okay? Don't add this to your to-do list. Don't say, okay, I see this friend. I'm gonna shoot a reminder to them. I'm gonna shoot a hello text to them later. As soon as you see this friend, and again, this is if this is an area that you need to work on, because ADHD is different for everyone. As soon as you see a post from this friend, right in that moment, shoot a text. Shoot a text saying, hey, how's it going? How's it been? How are you doing as of late? How are things with you? But right in that moment, as soon as you see the friend, chat with them. Take a couple of seconds. Because here's the thing. One of the gifts of ADHD, and kind of one of the shortfalls as well, is that we can get very, very hyper-focused about the things that we involve ourselves in. So like if you're an ADHD person and you're an entrepreneur, I know this is the case for me, I tend to get really, really focused on building my coaching business, doing things like Instagram lives and posting on social media, connecting with my audience and connecting with my clients. I tend to get really, really caught up in that and forget about these things. So that's all well and good sometimes, but sometimes we can go too far into this and forget, like, hey, like, am I reaching out to my loved ones? So if you see them on social media today, shoot them a text, and don't go crazy. You don't have to do this for everyone. You can do this for like 1, maybe 2 people a week. But shoot them a text, like, hey, how are you? And even if it's not on social media, if they're coming to mind right now, if anyone's coming through to mind through this video alone, shoot them a hey, how are you text, see how they're doing, and understand that that is one of the most key things to keeping a friendship, continuously checking in, saying, hey, how are you? So check in on your friends regularly, maybe like once a month or a couple, like every other week or something like that. And use social media to your benefit here. And even if it's not being used through social media, as soon as they come to mind, shoot them a text in that moment. Because with these type of things, if we add them to our to-do list to do later, we might as well not add it at all because it would never get done. So reach out to your friends, see how they're doing. I challenge you to do at least 1, maybe 2 people today and see how it goes. Let me know in the comments how this works out for you. That's all for today. Have a wonderful rest of your June. I'm super excited to be back here posting on this platform. And weekly, I'm going to be shooting a new weekly newsletter where I'm going to be providing tips on managing ADHD, tips on self-love, personal updates of mine regarding things that I'm doing, or any interviews or Instagram lives I'm going to have coming up. Instagram is Wellness with Marc, by the way, not with a C. Not with a K, with a C. Wellness with Marc with a C. And I'm super excited to continue connecting. But if this is an area of struggle for you, let me know how this works out. I'm excited to hear about it. Let's chat in the comments. And subscribe, like this video, and share with anyone who might benefit. Take care. Have a wonderful day.